Thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting our channel. But if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so, and we shall continue to bring you the latest news as they come. And together we shall work with our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, and Eastern Security Network to make our Biafran dream a reality. He said, it has now been exposed that the former EFCC chairman, İbrahim-Magu, and the disgraced criminal Deputy Commissioner of Police, 噚KYARI, are a product of Nigerians' rotten, corrupt Nigerian police force. And they play the game as being scripted by the Fulani Nigerian government. You know, the police in Nigeria was determined by a Nigerian anti-corruption survey to be one of the most corrupt institutions in Nigeria. The same police was rated by the World Internal Security and Police Index as the worst police organization in the world since Buhari came into power in 2015. Such corrupt organizations destroy ethical, diligent, and competent officers while celebrating corrupt officers. You know, the Buhari Nigerian government are using these corrupt Fulani police officers for their Fulanization agenda. They are using them for their genocide in Biafra land and other southern regions of Nigeria. They are using them. You know, 噚KYARI warned the Fulani Nigerian government if they hand him over to FBI that he was going to expose top military and police officers who are involved in terrorism, and one of them is former EFCC chairman Íbrahim-Magu. And Magu is now crying out that Buhari and Malami should be held responsible. They should be held responsible. You know, more individuals and organizations now agree that Buhari and his Fulani Nigerian government are the direct sponsors of insecurity and terrorism in the zoo called Nigeria. The Fulani terrorists in Nigeria were brought in from Mali by Miyetti Allah, where Buhari is one of their grand patrons. The Sultan of Sokoto is also one of their grand patrons. So they brought in these Fulani terrorists from Mali, from Sierra Leone, from Central African Republic, from Mauritania, and other Sahel region of Africa. They were brought in. They were brought in for the 2015 election, as was confessed by a Fulani himself, Alhaji Kawu Baraje, a former APC leading national chieftain. You know, the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, previously declared that Fulanization and Islamization agenda going on in Nigeria is very real. And Buhari, the chief terrorist, is the one championing that agenda. Is the one. The Nigerian security forces knows exactly where the Fulani terrorists are camped, as confirmed by terrorist Sheikh Ahmed Gumi. He knows. And the Nigerian armed forces are not neutral. They are not neutral. They are not neutral. And that was why when they were sent to Basa local government in Plateau State to stop, they were supposed to stop the Fulani terrorists, but they went there and they never did anything. They allowed the terrorists to maim, to kidnap, to kill, and to burn down the indigenous people of Basa. They burned down their homes. They allowed them to perpetrate all the atrocities, and they guided them until they left. So you can say that the Nigerian armed forces are not neutral. But when it comes to Biafra land, the opposite is the case. They will start shooting, killing. That is what they do. When it comes to peaceful protesters, you see them, in action, shooting armless peaceful protesters. When it comes to Yoruba freedom fighters, we saw what happened at the home of Chief Sunday Igboho, where they destroyed the whole house, killed and kidnapped, his people. That is what is happening. And that is why the Nigerian armed forces are not neutral, because they are all headed by Fulani terrorist Janjaweed. The Nigerian armed forces are conniving with the armed Fulani terrorist bandits that are killing people, as concluded by General Theophilus Danjuma, one of the strong supporters of One Nigeria, who was responsible in the murder of the only Igbo leader, General Aguiyi. Now his people are suffering. They are suffering. One of the Fulani terrorist killer headsmen arrested in Plateau State was with a Nigerian military rifle, as confirmed by the police. The police gave the rifle number as HC 2614. We also know that the Fulani terrorist killer herdsmen repelled and captured in Ogoja hard rifles from the Nigerian Army barracks in Ogoja, as confirmed by Colonel Inyam, retired. The federal government of Nigeria, controlled by the Fulani Janjaweed, is now the employer and defender of terrorists. They are. It is no longer a secret. People, Fulanis, are brought in from Mali, from Chad, and all over to occupy the ancestral lands of Biafrans and other indigenous Nigerian groups. We also know that the Fulani Nigerian presidency have insisted on developing rural settlement for these terrorist foreign Fulanis. And we know that Buhari, a retired general and a Fulani himself, the terrorist-in-chief, is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces that are conniving with the armed terrorist Fulani bandits. Buhari must be held responsible for the insecurity in Nigeria. The Imo State Police Command on Sunday paraded 29 innocent Biafrans as members of Eastern Security Network, which they claim wants to attack the state ahead of the sit-at-home order by IPOB on Monday. The State Commissioner of Police, Abutu Yaro, paraded the suspect at the command's headquarters in Owerri and said they were arrested at various camps of Eastern Security Network. They are liars. There is no IPOB member that is missing. All those people they paraded are purely innocent, peaceful Biafrans. They pick on the street and the comfort of their homes. That's what the Fulani Nigerian government does. They want to stop the sit-at-home order because they are afraid that it is a referendum. Despite spending over 5 trillion on security, the Buhari's regime, they spent over 5 trillion naira on security. Over 11,000 Nigerians have lost their lives to Boko Haram and Fulani terrorists. All the weapons bought were deployed to Biafran land instead of the terrorists, Boko Haram and Fulani killer herdsmen and bandits, which they were meant for. The Nigerian military has so far received 605 ISWAP Boko Haram members, whom they claim laid down their arms and surrendered to the troop. They keep lying because those are their members. They are their members. They call them repentant terrorists. And these are the same terrorists they employ into the Nigerian security agencies. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video, and bye-bye for now.